Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be doing a reading vlog of brand new releases. I'm going to be reading Pretty Rings and Broken Things by Kat Singleton. This one is the second one in the series I binge read this month. My first ever Kat Singleton book, which was in this series, Black Ties and White Lies. It was a 5-star read. I don't think I've stayed up till 1 a.m. to read a book in so long. I did not put this book down until I finished it at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. I love Kat Singleton now. I've read one book and I'm obsessed. This usually happens. I usually find an author I'm like, I can binge read her. This is actually a lot shorter. This is 365 pages or something, which is a lot shorter. The other one was over 400 pages. So hopefully it is okay. Let's get reading because I'm so excited. I'm sorry. He's just met her, just said we're getting married. And he's already gone, no one's touching my family. This man, if this man goes, not my wife, from the very beginning, I'm going to be in love. Kat Singleton knows how to freaking write a book because, oh my God. Stop, I'm dead. When you're my wife, no one will touch what's mine. I dare him or anyone to try. Oh my God, Archer is just... he's just everything. So I've been reading my book and I have gotten 55% into it. So I've got 30 chapters in. So I'm over halfway and I started it yesterday, which is really good to see. Today was supposed to be a chill day. It was not a chill day. But this book is amazing. If you've never picked up Kat Singleton's books before, do go check all of her books out because I am obsessed with her writing now. I cannot get enough of it. So yeah, I predict this not to be a 5-star because it hasn't hooked me as much as the first one did. Like the first one I was like, I can't stop reading, but this one I'm thinking it's gonna be slightly lower, but it's still gonna be a high rating. Because, I'm loving it, but I'm not, obsessed with it like I was with the first one. The first one I was obsessed with. This one I'm not obsessed with. But, yeah. That's just what I think is going on.
Getting tired of the waiting. You gotta wake me.
While I'm reading this, which, by the way, 78% the way in, fingers crossed, going to try and finish this tonight. It is Monday currently. I'm going to try and finish it tonight. We're watching my girl. We are watching my girl, Kaya. Love her videos. Go check her out. She's one of my faves. She is my fave. So I'm watching that whilst I read. I have finished Pretty Rings and Broken Things. This was a 4.25 stars for me. I really enjoyed it, but it didn't grip me as much as the first book, which was Black Ties and White Lies. I think with the lion and everything, that really gripped me, and what he had to do to get her. This was more of a fake relationship from the very beginning. They had to go straight into the marriage, and it was he already loved her and kind of was like, I don't want to do this, because he knew he was going to fall in love with her. And I was like, okay, we know where this story is going to go. They're going to end up together. There's going to be no groveling. It was literally they're going to be together. They're going to fight for the companies that are in the hotels, and they fought for the companies that were hotels, and there was no third part breakup. Really good book, and I really did enjoy it, but there was no groveling. There was no fighting. There was no nitty gritty. So that's why I didn't get the high rating. Well, 4.25 stars is a high rating. But when you read the first book and it was a 5-star, it was good, but not oh my God, kind of situation. So yeah, I didn't love it, but I did really enjoy it. And I will definitely read the next one, which is Emma's book, I believe. But I want to know Pippa and Carmen, the story. That's the story I want to know, because they're together in this one, and I'm like, what is that story? That is a story I want to know. Also, this lighting, I'm just gonna grab the light. I won't be 1 minute. I have no idea if this lighting has made a difference, but yeah, I did really enjoy it. It was a really good book. But yeah, I missed the groveling. That is what I wanted. because it was a billionaire, and I was like, she's a billionaire, he's a billionaire. Like with Emma's, it's going to be even more intense because she did not grow up with a lot of money. She grew up with like secondhand stuff, so that's going to be really exciting. But yeah, wasn't my all-time favourite, but I still loved it. Loved it. I will recommend like Kat Singleton books because I love them, and I've only read 2 of them, but I'm already in love. So next onto an author that I love is going to be our next new release. This actually got released in February, and I did get an ARC for it, but I never read the ARC when I got it because I just got hooked up in so many other books. So I got this given to me on NetGalley, and I also got given a physical copy to me by the Little Brown Company. So just to let you know, I am reading an ARC copy if I read on my Kindle, and if I read physically, I am reading a book that got gifted to me, just to preface and let you guys know, because I don't want you guys to think otherwise. So the book is Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. Now with Elle Kennedy's books, ice hockey ones, love, smash, love them. With her non-ice hockey books, I've never really been like a full-blown like fan. So I'm very excited. This is the cover, which is absolutely stunning. I'm excited, I'm nervous. Girl Abroad. I'm 10 chapters in. I'm not even 100 pages into this, and I'm not interested. Yeah, this is a great beginning to the video. We've gone one book which I'm like read in 2 days, and we're now on a book that I have not touched in the past 3. I was like, I'm going to leave this downstairs. I'm going to see if I'm going to touch it. My Kindle is literally here. Like, it's in my room. If I want to touch it, I'll read it. Literally Wednesday and Thursday. No, I read some books on Thursday. On Wednesday, my day off. Usually when I can read a full book or like majority of a book, I did not read. I did not read one. And if I do not read a book on my day off, the only time I can read a book, especially seeing as all of next week, I will not be able to read at all. That says a lot about the book. Good concept. I'm gonna leave this on my TBR cart next to my other books I'm reading for this video. If I do not pick it up again, this is gonna go down as a DNA for now, and I'll probably pick it up later. But to say it, I've literally started another book for another video, and I'm obsessed with that, and I know for a fact I'm not going to pick this up, but I'm putting it to you now at this moment in time. This book is a DNA. I am literally like 81 pages in. It's so boring. Like, I'm 81 pages in and I am bored. Like, she has a crush on a guy who's dating this girl in her friendship group that she's made friends with, and I'm just like, that's in a band, and then she likes the guy she's roommating with, and I'm like, and your point is, it's a no from me. It'll go back on the cart. We'll see if we read it. It is time for a brand new book. So I'm gonna be starting Hannah Cowell's Strung Along. I'm gonna put it here. This is a brand new release, and I actually forgot this was a brand new release. Was having a look at my Kindle and was like, that's brand new, and I really want to read it. So I decided that that's what we're gonna read. I know I've got quite a few physical books that are brand new coming out, but I know in April there's even more books coming out, so I might just do a part 2 to this video. But I want to read Strung Along, and it's come out recently, so that's what we're going to read. I don't even know what it's about. I just know it's Hannah Cole. I enjoy her writing, and it looks as if it's a small town cowboy romance.
Open my eyes, 'cause I'm feeling now we're fading. I'm in a daydream, show me the light. Getting tired of the waiting, you gotta wake me. Open my eyes, 'cause I'm feeling now we're fading.
I have finished Strung Out today. I spent a couple of days reading this. I would have finished it a lot quicker if I didn't deal with migraines this week. This week has been kind of a write-off with migraines, and for the last like 3 days. But we finished the book. I really enjoyed it. It was a 4.5 star. I enjoyed it, but I think I need to read a different series of hers. I actually have one of them there, the indie one. That's a whole different series by Hannah Cowan, which I think would mean that you kind of know stories, because I know now reading it, I know that Braxton, who you meet, who's Anna's sister, is in that first ice hockey book. Then the last one is about the music industry, which will then link to Brody, so you kind of will have the links a little bit better. But to say I didn't have any of the links, I still really enjoyed this. There is some quotes. There is some quotes. And they're on my TikTok. But my God, I was like, I love Brody. Brody is the best. I think it's just like cowboys in general, because they are so like protective over their woman. They're like, you touch my woman, you come near my woman, and I will fight you, I will hurt you. And like, he literally got her a cow. A miniature cow for a pet. A miniature cow for a pet. I'm sorry if a man listened to it. He was literally like, she once said it, and he was like, oh, I'll never be allowed a pet cow, because it's like, pet cow's weird in some people's eyes. I think it's the fucking most adorable thing ever. And he listened to her, and I was like, a man who listens, I was like, this is because he's written by a woman, you know, like, he's written by a woman, so he listens. But I did really enjoy it, as you could probably tell. It was really, really good. To say I am my cowboy small town era, I loved it. I love the music industry. Like I said, I think it'd be best if I did read the other books, but I would highly recommend. The next one in the series comes out in May. I would highly recommend any of her writing. I've read 2 of her books now and have loved them. And I cannot wait now for the next ones to come out. Yeah, I don't know what my next book's going to be, but as soon as I know the next book's going to be, I will let you guys know. I have decided the next book that we're going to read that has been a new release is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I am so excited to read this. I cannot wait. And I did actually get this sent to me. I got it sent to me by one of my book besties, Kaya. Got it sent to me for my birthday. So thank you, Kaya, for this. Feeling like I want a romance, but I want a fantasy. So a paranormal romance is kind of like the perfect mix. I'm really sorry if you can hear that. I'm in the conservatory because it's like the perfect heat, because it's sunny, it's really warm, but when the wind outside is doing its thing, the whole place creaks. I'm very excited. I cannot wait. I'm a bit nervous because obviously it's like the mate bonding and all of that jazz in Omegaverse, which I have read, that's a lie. I've read it when back on Wattpad when I was like 12 or 13, but that was like almost 10 years ago now, so we're gonna have to see. Have been in a book slump for about 2 weeks now, which is why this YouTube's been more sit down videos than reading vlogs, because I've just been in a slump due to the amount of reading vlogs that I started. Now, I fancied reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I was like, it's going to be for a video anyway, and I fancy reading it, I'm going to pick it up. So to get me out of the slump, I read Never Lie by Frida McFarlane. It got me out of the slump. It was a psychological thriller and it just got me out of it. So then I picked up this, didn't think anything. I was like, oh, I'm not going to read that. Like, I don't really like Ali Hazelwood books. I was wrong. I have read 150 pages of this book just today. And if it wasn't for the fact I've got work, I would be carrying on reading this. So I started reading this 20 to 10. And I was like, I'm going to read for 20 minutes before 10, then I'm going to head to bed. It's currently 11 o'clock at night. I have not touched my phone for an hour and 20 minutes. I have just been reading and I do not want to put this book down. It's so good. It's like werewolves, humans and vampires. She's a vampire, he's a werewolf. She has to marry him for this peace treaty. Now, she grew up in the human world and had a human best friend who has gone missing. She saw his name and when she was told that's who she's marrying, was like, yes. Turns out it wasn't his name, it was someone else's, and she's in the werewolf territory where no one likes her and she's trying to work this out, and it's like there's like this mystery going on, trying to find a best friend and why this person's name was in a best friend's diary, who was a journalist, whilst also trying to work out the world of the werewolves, and the werewolves are working out her because she's a vampire, and it's just so good. However, they spell vampire wrong. They spell it with a Y, not an I, which I don't get. It looks weird in my brain, but you know, I'm reading this book and I'm like, I'm hooked. It's like Twilight on crack, and I freaking love it. Twilight's like my guilty pleasure. Every year I watch it, and I do love a bit of vampire and werewolf, I won't lie. And this is just, it's just itching that scratch. I'm so excited to read it, and I haven't felt like that for like 2 weeks. I am almost finished. I've got a little bit left. There's a bit of mystery in this. There's a bit of werewolf. There's hybrids involved. There's so much we learn, and I am like, what's just happened? I love it when werewolves turn into the wolves that they are to protect their loved ones. It's like a secret mini trope that I absolutely freaking love. I'm gonna carry on and stay up and finish this, but like, I didn't think I was gonna love an Ali Hazelwood book because I never have. They've always been like 3 stars. This is gonna be like a 4 star, maybe a 4.5 depending on the end. But this book is just, I've just finished Bride. This book, what can I say? It's a werewolf and a vampire. As we know, werewolves have mates. These mates, you don't know who they are, who they're gonna be. It can be anyone. Literally anyone. Doesn't need to be a werewolf, doesn't need to be a vampire, doesn't need to be a human. Anyone in them 3 categories. An alpha werewolf, his bride. This book, I've never liked Ali Hazelwood book, but this is a 4.5 stars. This got me out my reading slump that I was in for 2 weeks. This book is so good. I'm going to recommend it to everyone who wants like a vampire werewolf thing, because it's got interbreeding, which sounds really weird, but it's actually a really interesting concept. It's got a mystery involved. It's so good. It's just so good. I would recommend this to everyone to read. It's incredible.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
I want the next one though. I want Sabrina's and Co's book, because that sounds interesting as well. Highly recommend this book. You've probably heard of it. It's been all over TikTok. Basically, Misery is a vampire of a really high vampire in the council, and she has to marry a werewolf, an alpha werewolf, to help like protect the territory in the lands, because there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of killing involved. And she only does it because her best friend goes missing, and she wants to solve who and where her best friend is, and that's where you start the story. And then the story goes from there. And she was also a vampire in the human territory, as kind of like they kill one of their humans and they get to kill the vampire kind of situation. So she's always been stuck in that situation, and you kind of learn about that, and it's just so good. I can't describe it without spoiling it. It's just incredible. So go read. But yeah, that's the end of the new recently released books. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below any video ideas you have, because I would love to know. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time in my next video. We post on a Sunday, 4 PM GMT time. I'll see you guys next time in my next video.